Full time. Bournemouth 2, Arsenal 3. I came up yesterday with my prediction of Bournemouth 1, Arsenal 3. That was my prediction, but obviously it really went to the wire. Welcome to the Rokani Media Football. How are you guys and where you're watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. It's a big one, and Arsenal have again gone ahead, obviously extend their lead. Ever since they went ahead to lose to Aston Villa, they've gone ahead to do justice to themselves. They've won, I think this is the 5th game in a row for the club of Arsenal, because after losing to Aston Villa, the club of Arsenal came hard and they're like, we have to obviously show City that we are ready to obviously do the needful. Arsenal went ahead to obviously win the following games after losing to Villa. They beat Wolverhampton Wanderers by 2-1. They beat Everton by 1-0. They beat Brighton by 2-1. They beat Aston Villa by 4-1. And this is the 5th win in a row. And they've gone ahead to beat Bournemouth by 2-3. And as a reminder, I would like to drop it in here to remind you that these are the four out of the 6 games that Arsenal last season went ahead to find themselves losing points. And on this particular stadium today, last season Arsenal was beaten, I think, by 2-0. That's how Arsenal was beaten by a team known as Bournemouth, because I think a certain Arsenal player was red carded and he had no way out for the club of Arsenal. So they've gone ahead to put out a very huge shift as a club of Arsenal. And guess what? It's really paying dividends to the club of Arsenal, and they are really doing great. Before I really get deep into this game, I want to remind you of these games that Arsenal have gone ahead to obviously win. And last season, they never went ahead to collect maximum points. The game of Everton, Arsenal drew with Everton last year 1-1, and this time around they beat it by 1-0. Arsenal found themselves drawing to Brighton 1-1. Arsenal has gone ahead to beat Brighton by 2-1. Arsenal drew with Villa at Emirates 2-2 this season. It ended 4-1 in favor of Arsenal. And today, they went at Bournemouth, a stadium where they lost 2-0, and they've gone ahead to pull out a 3-2 win at the Vitality Stadium. It shows you that Arsenal is reversing all the bad history in their favor, and they are winning games, and they're really stretching hard to come in through. And before we get deep into the analysis of the game, continue to subscribe, because we want to hit 28,000 subscribers, and I think we're left with like 60-70 subscribers. So please go into the left lower bottom corner, smash the black button that has the word subscribe. After smashing it, the notification bell, that will enable you get notified every time I upload a video onto this beautiful channel. Now, how did it start? I tell you, how did it start? And this is how it went ahead to obviously start. In the 10th minute, Gabriel Magalhaes went ahead to give the ball to Evanilson, and Evanilson did nothing else apart from really putting that ball into the back of the net. But 6 minutes later, Gabriel Magalhaes was like, the best way to say sorry is not doing the same thing again, but to obviously do the right thing. And he did the right thing of really taking this game to level terms. And obviously, it counted 1-1, but you have to praise the hard working of Noni Madueke when he went ahead to skip past 3 defenders towards the byline, and he went ahead to obviously square that ball into the mouth of the goal. And I think it was Hincapi, he missed it. Then I think it was Zubimendi who took a shot, and it went to the vicinity of Gabriel Magalhaes, and with an instant hit with his left foot, it went ahead to cross the line, and it was 1-1 for the club of Arsenal. And Gabriel Magalhaes went ahead to exonerate himself from what would have gone ahead to be the bad day for him. Now, from there, the first half ended 1-1, and Arteta talked to his army and told them, we have to kill this off in the first 10 minutes. And in the 54th minute, Martin Odegaard, who went ahead to be on an assist for the goal of Zubimendi when they're playing against Aston Villa, went ahead to obviously provide an assist to Declan Rice outside the 18 box area. He came up and obviously put out that nice bender or he placed that ball into a curling way into the right bottom corner, and it counted in the 54th minute. Then, in the 71st minute, the manager had gone ahead to make substitutions. He took off Noni Madueke. He brought on Saka. He took off Gyökeres. He brought on Gabriel Jesus. He took off Martinelli and brought on Leandro Trossard. Then Saka ran into towards the byline and really put a cut back into the mixer to find a well-placed Declan Rice to bury that ball in the back of the net to make it 3-1 for the club of Arsenal. And for Declan Rice, that brace is really special. And we've been told by Opta Joe that Declan Rice has scored his first ever brace in the Premier League on what is his 296th appearance in the competition. So he has scored his first ever brace in the Premier League. But remember, in the Champions League, he had already scored a brace against a team known as Real Madrid. You remember what he did to them last season when he went ahead to obviously silence them all. So all I want to let you know is that Declan Rice came back and Rice Baby is really cooking in there for you. So I really want to get back to my word that I really said about him competing for the Ballon d'Or. If he continues to put out these performances, I tell you, and Arsenal lifts the Champions League, and maybe England wins the World Cup, you might see Declan Rice doing the needful and raising up that Ballon d'Or. I tell you. So don't at any one time, right? Don't at any one time think that Arsenal is really gonna down tools. Arsenal won't down tools, I tell you. Now, after Rice had gone ahead to make it 3-1 in the 71st minute, 5 minutes later, Eli Jr., Kropi, went ahead to obviously hit it hard outside the 18 yards box area, and his technique was nice, and it crossed the line, and he made it 2-3 for the club of Arsenal. Now, this win really means a lot for the club of Arsenal, and before I get back into what this win means, allow me tell you about Arteta and setting competition. If you looked at how Noni Madueke played, he really looked very good. He looked very, very good, very explosive, decisive, and one thing he has to obviously do is his shooting. He needs to improve on his shooting because I've gone ahead to see him really shoot, but I'm not impressed. You know, twice in the second half, he chopped off to his left foot and he couldn't obviously get in that bender right, you know, and I've seen it in several games where this lad cannot really execute this yet. If you are a player who plays on that side, when you chop off to your left and you're given space, all you have to do is to make sure that your end product into that particular vicinity ticks all boxes to threaten the enemy. You understand? But I think he really looked good today. And when he really got himself involved in the first goal and Bukayo Saka was on the bench, when Saka came on, he registered an assist. And it shows you that that works for the manager. You know, the selection headache will obviously result into him sending fire in the berries of these players to obviously coming through and fire up all cylinders in these particular games they are really playing. Then, what does this win mean to the club of Arsenal? Pressure to the side of Man City. If you are a huge follower of this channel, I have already told you that after this video, I'm going to be dropping what we call the match preview of Man City versus Chelsea. Big one. Big one. You understand? So, Arsenal have now gone ahead to win a game and they're really some good points ahead of a team known as Man City. It happened the same way last match day 19. Arsenal played first and they went ahead to beat Aston Villa by 4-1. Very convincing win. Now, this time round, Arsenal found themselves in a position of really putting out a very huge result, and it is really huge, beating Bournemouth at their home. And now City are playing tomorrow at Etihad. Against who? Against Chelsea, who have just gone ahead to sack their manager. And rumors are that the manager of Chelsea might turn out to be the manager of Man City next season. You understand? So, that is really huge, and that game can go either way. And it's really going to be hard for City to take 3 points out of that game, I tell you. pressure is really going to be huge, and I don't know how they'll obviously overcome the pressure. But I tell you, Arsenal is on a very huge run. You know, a winning expedition they're really on, and they're really winning games that they're supposed to be winning. Now, they're left with 2, Nottingham Forest and Liverpool. Out of the 6 games they lost last season in these particular stadiums, they are obviously going there to obviously show that they are the deserving champions of the league. Now, these were the stats. 14 shots by Bournemouth. Arsenal had 11. 3 shots on target by Bournemouth. 5 shots on target by Arsenal. 42% ball possession by Bournemouth. 58% ball possession by Arsenal. 294 passes completed by Bournemouth. Arsenal completed 447. 81% passing accuracy by Bournemouth. 86% passing accuracy by Arsenal. 13 fouls committed by Bournemouth. Arsenal committed just 8 fouls. 3 yellow cards to the side of Bournemouth and 1 yellow card to the side of Arsenal, and it went to Martin Zubimendi. 0 red cards to both sides. 1 offside to Arsenal and 1 offside to Arsenal. 7 corners to the club of Bournemouth, and Arsenal really had 5 corners in there for you. So that's how the stats were for the full entire 90 minutes, and they really went in the favor of Arsenal. Now, how is the table really looking like? The table looks like this. This is how the table is looking. Arsenal have gone ahead to play 20 games, 18 left to end the season, and they've won 15, they've drawn 3, they've lost 2, they've gone ahead to score 40 goals, they've conceded 14, right? And they're having 26 as the goal difference, and they're having 48 points. Aston Villa, they've played today, they've beaten Nottingham by 3-1, and they are back to the winning ways after losing to Arsenal, and they've played 20 games, won 13, drawn 3, lost 4, 33 goals scored, 24 goals conceded, 9 as the goal difference, and they're having 42 points, making it 6 of the table leaders, Arsenal. Man City are third, 19 games played, meaning that they have a game in hand. They've won 13, they've drawn 2, they've lost 4, 43 goals scored, 17 goals conceded, 26 as the goal difference, and 41. And 41 are the points that they do have. That is it. Then Liverpool, 4th, 19 games played. They're having 33 points. They're playing tomorrow. And remember, Arsenal is playing Liverpool next. Chelsea playing Man City tomorrow, 19 games, they're having 30 points. Manchester United is playing tomorrow, 19 games, they're having 30 points. Then Sunderland, 7th, 19 games played, 29 points. Their recent game, they've just gone ahead to draw with Man City. Brighton, they are 8th, 20 games played and 28 points. Everton, 9th, they're having 19 games played and they're having 27. Brentford, 10th, 19 games played and it's at 27 points. That is how the table is really looking for now. And those are the top 10 teams that have gone ahead to put out a very huge shift into this particular aspect. But Mikel Arteta is continuing to put out a show and obviously show everyone that I'm here, man on a mission, and they're winning for fun. And I tell you, Gyökeres played some good minutes, but not all that effective. But all in all, Jesus came on and obviously put out a very huge show in there for you. So, Rice twice, baby. That's what Sky Sports is saying. But they've gone ahead to obviously gate 3 important points for the club of Arsenal. And I told you, I don't see any club that can obviously dislodge Arsenal from that position, because no team has gone ahead to be as consistent as Arsenal in this coming season. Liverpool tried, won 5 in a row. At the end, they're now in the limbo. You understand? They are now in the trenches, right? So, thank you very much for watching through. Rokani David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later, and continue to subscribe because we want to hit 28,000 subscribers in here on this channel. So please do the needful and subscribe. And your reactions to this are welcome in the comment section below. Man of the match will be coming up later onto this beautiful channel. And for the very last time, Happy New Year. It's the 3rd of January 2026, and it's really great to have you here. I'm out.